Hello, Reverend Crystal Cox here, and I'm going to read to you a little story. It is out of the book, How Can I Help? Ram Dass Gorman, How Can I Help? It's a pretty old book, and it is a really good topic on making the choices in your life that you need to make that are of your total belief system, of your highest and best good for you, of your religious belief, your dharma, as it uses in this book, that you make a decision from that point the best you can. And so does the opposition, like in this story. And then from there, God, Goddess, the Great Spirit decides. Okay. In the middle of the gentle Indian night, an intruder burst through the bamboo door of the simple adobe hut. He was a government vaccinator, under orders to break resistance against smallpox vaccination. Lakshmi Singh awoke screaming and scrambled to hide herself. Her husband leaped out of bed, grabbed an axe, and chased the intruder into the courtyard. Outside, a squad of doctors and policemen quickly overpowered Mohan Singh. The instant he was pinned to the ground, a second vaccinator jabbed smallpox vaccine into his arm. Mohan Singh, a wiry 40-year-old leader of the Ho tribe, squirmed away from the needle, causing the vaccination site to bleed. The government team held him until they had injected enough vaccine. Then they seized his wife. Pausing only to suck out some vaccine, Mohan Singh pulled a bamboo pole from the roof and attacked the strangers holding his wife. When two policemen rebuffed him, the rest of the team overpowered the entire family and vaccinated each in turn. Lakshmi Singh, a bit deep into one of the doctor's hands, but to no avail. When it was over, our vaccination team gathered in the small courtyard. Mohan Singh and his exhausted family stood by the broken door of their home. We faced each other silently across a cultural barrier, neither side knowing what to do next. Such an event, a night raid, enforceable smallpox vaccination, was unprecedented. Mohan Singh surveyed his disordered household and reflected. For a moment or two he hesitated. Then he strode to his small vegetable plot and stooped to pluck the single ripe cucumber left on the vine, following the hospitality creed of his tribe. He walked over to the puzzled young Indian doctor whom his wife had bitten, and handed him the cucumber. I had stood in the shadows, trying to fathom the meaning of this strange encounter. Now I reached out to Safar Hussain, a Muslim paramedical assistant assigned to me by the Indian government as guide and translator. What on earth was the cucumber for? Speaking in Hindu, Safar passed my question along to one of the vaccinators, a westernized Ho youth, who challenged Mohan Singh in the staccato rhythm of the tonal Ho language. With great dignity, Mohan stood ramrod straight. The whole village was awake by now, people standing around the courtyard stage as the rising sun illuminated our unfolding drama. Measuring his words carefully, Mohan Singh began. He said, "My dharma, religious duty, is to surrender to God's will. Only God can decide who gets sick and who does not. It is my duty to resist your interference with God's will. We must resist your needles. We would die resisting if that is necessary. My family and I have not yielded. We have done our duty. We can be proud of being firm in our faith. It is not a sin to be overpowered by so many strangers in the middle of the night. Daily, you have come and told us it is your dharma, so your religious duty, to prevent this disease with your needles. We have sent you away. Tonight you have used force. You say you act in accordance with your duty. I have acted in accordance with mine. It is over. God will decide. Now I find you are a guest in my house. It is my duty to feed guests. I have little to offer at this time except this cucumber." Now, I recommend this book. It's an older book, and it's really about, counseling counselors, and the people that help people needing encouragement. And I read this the other day, and it was really profound on me, on the fact of the message being to do what you need to do in your life based on your total belief system. So based on what you might have learned in school, what your religious, spiritual belief system, your creed, your dharma, your religious duty, and you do that to the best of your ability. And if something within the system overpowers you, there's nothing you can do. The opposition or the other person, it could even be, partner, kids, doctors, police, it could be any sort of thing that is against that. They have to do what is of their total belief system. And then from that point, God, the Great Spirit, Goddess, Mother Goddess, will decide what is best. And that was really good for me the other day in reading that, because that's all I can do, is follow my gut, follow my own instinct and what is true for me, do what I know to be right, and let go. The other person will do the same thing, and it's kind of like a little standoff. And God will decide. Goddess, the Great Spirit. And so it was an interesting message for me, and I wanted to pass it on to you folks. So do the best you can within your belief system, and have faith that God will decide what is of the highest and best good. And don't forget to pray and ask for that. God bless you.